Good afternoon from Jimmymoody TV. Wishing you all well, sending plenty of love your way as usual on another glorious summer's day coming from down here. Now, you've been asking me for quite some time about a couple of names over the last couple of years. As usual, you know, I keep them hidden in the archives until such a time when I'm in the mood and prepared to set the record straight on a few things and who said what, who was there, who did what, factually, not fictionally. And the man we're going to talk about today in my part one, right, is the legendary, alleged Hitman, who was Jimmymoody. Rest in peace, my boy, right? I believe, and I say, that probably his greatest friend was a geezer called Nick the Greek, right? Some of you probably heard of him, right? Now, I know they were very, very close, right? I'm not saying Nick the Greek was involved in any hits at this stage with Jimmymoody, because you know it's common knowledge that Jimmymoody was known as one behind the ear, if you get what I mean. But after all, I wasn't present on any of them, if you get what I mean. I don't think any of you lot were as well, right? But the rise of the Footsoldiers, there's a scene in there where there is a man being tortured over some heroin stuff. I'm trying to rob it, skank it, blag it, nasty scene in there. Partially true story, right? The only thing is, right, like through the grapevine, I always hear people mentioning names of who the real culprits were that tortured the man and done this kind of stuff. And a geezer called Sidsby mentioned, Muskie, and you know, amongst other things as well. Now, what really happened was there was Turkish, Kurdish. I'm not going to say who they were. Right, they had a lock-up kind of place where they used to keep large amounts of heroin. Maybe one of the security or somebody close to one of them was having an affair with one of, you know, the team's girlfriends or wives. They found out. What he did, Skeezer, was get a key cut to the lockup, right, and got to nick the stuff, probably through the lady. But I don't know if that bit's facts, right? Now, they got hold of him, tried to torture him and get it out of him. As far as I know, they didn't get much joy, right? Who did they turn to go and sort him out? Jimmymoody and Nick the Greek. Now, this is 1993, round about 1993, but I'm believing it was the year Jimmymoody was murdered, right? They go and pay the geezer a visit in a flat in Hackney, yeah? They go round there. They have him for 3 days. Some of the worstest torturing that you could ever possible. The geezer still ain't talking, mate. Wow. They tortured him so bad, right, that you wondered how he could have lived. Probably experts at torturing people, to be fair. On the third day, they had to handcuff him because, you know, all his legs, hands, everything was swelling up so much from, you know, the torturing. They put the cuffs on, but because of the swelling, the cuffs came undone or snapped a little bit. So they turned it back on what was meant to be an hourly watch of some kind, right? So what the geezer done was jump out of a third floor story window and got away. So a mission that failed, really. Uncle Yama tells you categorically today that was Jimmymoody and Nick the Greek. I'm going to go into all the Genesis stuff soon, right? I'm going to break down certain things that I believe to be facts or fiction about so-called extortion and money, who was around at that time, who was running those club scenes when it all kicked off. I think there was energy as well was involved. There was loads of illegal raves going on. I was in jail for most of this, but I did go to one, right? There's even a bit where security even tried, who were hired as workers. No, not extorters. Only because the place, Genesis, was in a place where they were feared as, certain of those men were hard men at that time and doormen and that. But their role was they was employed there, right? They weren't really that close to, you know, there's a couple of other names coming into the picture as well. Uncle Yammy's teasing you, isn't he? But that's my first part on James Moody. And don't forget, Nick the Greek goes down in true, don't know where he is now, goes down in true crime history as well, as one of, I suppose, as well. You could put him in the same bracket as James Moody, but also different type of character as well. More to come on him as well. There we go. Now sit on that and smoke your pipe and eat it or smoke it.